guy today.
Yeah.
When you got in, what were your kind of conversations with him, and what kind of?
First day I got here, went to see him. It was interesting the amount of people that loved him. Somebody said, there might be somebody bigger and faster. I got a lot of opinions from a lot of people. We spent a lot of time evaluating who the guys were committed to us. A lot of time evaluating the other people on our list that were offered in this class, and then really a lot of time looking at the guys we had on our team. And then, after the full process of that, Rufus was the guy we needed. He's a body type we need. He's a skill set we need. He's a skill set we don't have. And we're excited to have him in the fold here with us.
He's a guy that played kind of in the slot and outside in high school. How much do you guys see him being able to be kind of a versatile guy?
I would imagine he'll be more in the slot for us. We're separate coaches, separate positions, and we kind of try to tag you in a spot and kind of leave you there and coach you there. So right now, the majority of our inside guys are quicker, faster, shiftier guys. So we kind of think he'll fill that role for us.
When you come somewhere new like this, obviously a lot of these receivers haven't really played in an offensive system like y'all's. What's one of the first things you try to drill into their head that's maybe different in other systems?
Well, anytime you're a receiver coach and you're bringing an offense where you throw the ball a lot, everybody's excited. Everybody can't wait to get started. What do I do first? One of the first things really we incorporated was tennis ball machines. And we've got about 4 of those set up, and those guys have been catching those every day. So get used to a lot of balls coming your way. Talk a little bit about how we practice. Get used to running a lot, catching a lot in practice, and get used to running a lot and catching a lot in the game. So, I know the last 2 years at Washington State, I think we had 10 or more receivers with 20 or more receptions. So guys are excited about their possibilities and their opportunity here.
Do you feel like you have guys on this roster who can do that? Because that's something that really
I hope so.
That's part of the scheme.
And that's part of the evaluation process too, from now and the winter conditioning and as we get started with spring ball. We certainly got a good-looking group of receivers, a bunch of big, strong guys that look good on the running around. So we'll get them in there and we'll start firing balls at us. But we're used to playing 8 receivers a good bit. So. And then the tight ends will be interesting to see how they come into play, and we've got some good athletic tight ends on this team. And we certainly plan on playing those guys, and if they can run and get open and catch the ball, they'll play.
How do you anticipate using the tight end in this kind of scheme?
I was with, funny you ask, I was with Coach Leach in 1999 at Oklahoma, right when he got there. Same scheme, same offense, and we got to Oklahoma, we had 2 or 3 really good tight ends. And we played them all. We played some 12 personnel, so we had times that 2 tight ends were on the field at a time. So we'll find a role for those guys, and look forward to seeing what they can do.
You follow Coach Leach down here from Washington State. Why was coming back to the SEC something that you wanted to do?
Well, you can ask that to a lot of coaches out there in America, that if they get a chance to coach in the SEC, that's something they're excited about. Certainly I have family in Florida. My wife has a lot of family in Florida, and to have the opportunity to move this direction is exciting. Certainly to be in the SEC is pretty impressive. To compete in the West is always a challenge. But to be with Coach Leach and to watch this offense and the success he's had for a lot of years, I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do here.
In terms of preparing for this offense, it's obviously something that a lot of people don't see week to week, kind of in the same way that the triple option is something different that you see. How do you guys kind of anticipate that fitting in the SEC and kind of just showing people different looks?
Well, we're not sure, but Coach Leach, he's got a pretty good track record of where he's been and what he's done, and this offense succeeding against it. So getting KJ in, Stanford quarterback, a guy that's got some experience throwing it all over the place, looking forward to seeing what he can do. But what we do and the way we practice gives us a chance to be successful. So we're looking forward to getting started.
You seem to be one of the guys, when people were posting their social media posts during the recruitment period, that seemed to be out there on the scene a bunch. What were your experiences recruiting the state of Mississippi?
Well, just being at South Carolina and being in the SEC and being a recruiting coordinator, I certainly understand the value of social media, the value of Twitter, and the value of reach, and the value of selling your product, which is pretty good. I've spent a little time in Mississippi. Last year, actually for Washington State, I came down here and went and saw Will and a couple of receivers, and actually Dylan Johnson over there. We offered him to Washington State. So I spent a little time here last year. Before that, I'd spotted around here a little bit, but never spent a lot of time in Mississippi. And kind of like South Carolina, I don't think Mississippi State spends a lot of time in South Carolina. And South Carolina, we did not spend a lot of time here. So, but to be in the South and to know who we're competing against and how recruiting goes down here, we're looking forward to it. Mississippi certainly has a good state and a lot of good players in the state, so excited about that.
Seemingly maybe a little bit more physical in this league than maybe some of the others you've been in?
Well, I've been in the SEC before, so
I meant,
outside of that, perception is whatever you want to create it, and everybody wants to talk
so
about.
So that's not going to play into...
I hope not. But now that I'm in the SEC, I might as well represent it as being a tougher, harder conference. Everywhere you go. I'll tell you what. Now, when you walk through and you look at some of our corners.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, they look a little different than a lot of places you see. And the way, we know teams are going to play and get up in your face and have a lot of guys in the box and a lot of guys rushing. I do know the defensive line in this conference is markedly different than any other conference. So we'll have our challenges, but again, I think we're going to be pretty good on offense too, and we'll have a group that can handle those guys hopefully, and we think we'll match up with the guys we play.
Glad